Well, good evening, everyone. Happy Thursday. My name's Jason. This is just Jason Keto. Uh, this is our bi weekly. Hopefully, you're all having a good. This is May 22nd, 2025, for those of you watching the replay. So, yeah, hopefully, everyone's doing good so far this week. We're almost at the weekend again. Um, Hopefully, everyone is. Sort of getting by with the change in the schedule I had for the live streams here. I thought it would be better to switch things up for the summer and go to a bi-weekly live stream, just to try and keep things more consistent, because I was having a hard time sort of keeping up with the weekly live streams. So we'll give this a try, and definitely look at getting back uh, to weekly live streams in the fall, kind of thing. So let's get caught up with whoever's here. Carrie was first in the doors. Good to see you, Carrie. Another time. Not sure if you've been in here before. I think you came over from Paul and Jason's community post. Thank you for coming by. Dustin is here. Thanks for coming by, Dustin. We just got finished with Dustin's live stream. Scratch and Pete PA's in the house. That was one brutal ticket you had there this week, Pete. That thing was, one number away from winning everything, and just didn't want to give it to you. And there's P&J's Homestead Adventures. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in and sharing the live stream. I really appreciate it. Michael's Adventures is here for half an hour. He'll have a premiere at 8 p.m. Eastern. Let's make sure we're not missing anyone. Lynn is here. It's good to see you, Lynn. Down here, Matt and Mouse in the house. Good to see you guys. Thanks for coming in. Really appreciate it. Dr. John Smith is here. Thank you for coming. Evelyn, good to see you again. Evelyn was over at Dustin's live stream as well. Brenda Foley's here. Thank you for coming in, Brenda. Good to see you tonight. Everyone's saying hi. Jesse Journals and Boxes is here. Thank you for coming, Jesse. I really appreciate it. And Phil Beck is here. Everyone is saying hi to each other. Just want to make sure I don't miss anybody. The Bud Files, thank you for coming, Sue. Definitely appreciate you being here. Joe is here. Let's make sure. We got Will Women from Sweden. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, the last chaffle recipe from last week was what did we do? We did the blueberry spread with lemon and cream cheese. It was really tasty. It pretty near didn't turn out very well as far as the actual chaffles were concerned, but they did taste really good. We have another new chaffle recipe coming out this Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern. And I'd like to thank everybody that uh, took the time to respond to my community post when I asked sort of what kind of ingredients you would pair with roasted red peppers. I did find some of those with some clean ingredients this week, no oils or anything. And I've wanted to try them in a chaffle before, but I didn't know what to pair them with. Um, so the this week will be the roasted red pepper, um, feta cheese, and pepperoni chaffle. I've got that posted as a premiere on the channel, ready to go for 12 p.m. Eastern this Saturday. Looking forward to that. Let's just say it really turned out well, and I'd like to thank specifically Paula there for suggesting those ingredients to go along with it. But I do want to um, uh, thank everybody that responded to that community post with their suggestions. Um, I'm gonna try a few of them. There's definitely a lot that I wanna try, but yeah, I'll be trying a few of them. So hopefully you don't all get sick of a few sort of roasted red pepper recipes, but we're gonna give a few of them a try. So, uh, let's make sure we're not missing anyone here. Try and stay somewhat caught up with the chat. Everyone's saying hi to each other. Kristen's here. It's good to see you, Kristen. Thanks for coming by. It was quite the first harvest you had in your garden this week. That video put up. That was certainly doing well. We haven't even started anything up here. It's been way too cold to start anything so far. Thank you for that, Paula. If you can give the live stream a thumbs up, that'd be appreciated. Share it out if you have the ability to do so. It always helps the live stream get pushed out to more people, let everyone know that we're live. Again, it's just a fun hangout and chat and get caught up kind of thing here every other Thursday. I like talking to you guys and sort of taking the live stream uh, basically in the direction that the chat wants to take it kind of thing. So that's why I like having so many of you here with different ideas to talk about. It's always fun for sure. Thank you for that, Evelyn. Kevin from Tuber Chat is here. It's good to see Kevin. Let's see, make sure we're not missing anyone. As far as the sort of talking about connecting and growing, if you have a channel, you can have Nightbot drop a link for you. Just type hashtag Thrive in the chat, and Nightbot will drop that link for you so that we can check everyone's channels out. A lot of good supporters here, a lot of great channels with all sorts of different things going on. Thank you for that, Lynn. It definitely was a great tasting chaffle. My execution of it wasn't wasn't great. It took some work to get them out of the Dash Minis because they were too soft, kind of thing. But yeah, the taste of them was really good. So check that out for sure. Just happened to wake up, caught Victor Southern Keto. Cool. I'll be back to sleep soon. Well, thanks for spending any time you can with us, Brenda. I definitely appreciate it. Thanks for dropping that link. Rick from Twinbrook Acres is here. It's good to see you, Rick. Thanks for coming by. Tiffany's in the house. Good to see you, Tiffany. Saw your food bank haul video there yesterday. I think it is. I think I completely forgot to comment on it. Sorry about that, but I did check that out. I love jalapeno anything. Yeah, jalapeno chaffles is a really good or a good sort of ingredient for chaffles. Jalapeno and cream cheese is definitely a winner. But yeah, jalapeno is definitely a good ingredient. I think I saw Thompson come in. Thank you for sharing that, Paula. Everyone is saying hi to each other. Oh, Big Family Expedition. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you being here. Spending some time with me on a Thursday evening. Like I say, hopefully everyone remembers that we're on a bi-weekly schedule now. Just for the summer anyways, just so I can try and stay more consistent with it because I was having a hard time making the every week thing work. So, and Dustin's coming in with the $5 super chat. Thank you for that, Dustin. Really appreciate it. We do have a great community here. there's such a mix here of the keto community and the YouTuber community, all here to support each other. I'm here to help support and help the keto community grow specifically, but a big part of my passion on YouTube is also helping other YouTubers grow. Because if we can all help each other, then we can all grow together. There's Thompson. It's good to see you. Thompson has changed his channel name. I saw that there was a new video come out about that tonight. I'll have to go check that out after the live stream. It's good to have you here. I remember you saying you're thinking about changing the name, but it's good to see that you've made a decision and gone with that. It's I don't know. I still have things in the back of my head about rebranding this channel as well. Sort of long story short, the name that we're using on the channel right now was never really meant to be the full-time name of this channel. It's just over time sort of stuck with it. But so seeing other channels rebrand kind of puts it right back in the, into my thoughts about whether or not I should do something like that, but we'll see what happens. Oh, Carrie had the sound off. No problem, Carrie. I'll do that for sure. Tiffany be in and out filming a cooking video. Well, thanks for that, Tiffany. Appreciate it. Yeah, those chaffles were good for sure. Like you say, it's one of those things. Those chaffles would have benefited from less of some of the ingredients. I could have added something like an almond flour or something to help bind them together a bit better, but I don't really like doing that with chaffles. But like I say, that's one of those things that I do enjoy the recipes for. Like I've said before, most of the time, 99.9% of the time, the video that you guys see of me making a chaffle recipe is the first time I'm actually making it. So we're going to have things like that happen. It's just inevitable. And there has been a couple where you've never seen the video because it just turned out so bad. So, but I try to show you realistically what can happen with recipes like this. So hopefully everyone appreciates that. And, like I say, we just need to keep moving forward. And, there's one or two recipes that I've been working on for quite a while that I'll try and get to the perfected version of it at some point. But, we keep doing what we do every week anyways. Okay. I'm going to try eggless almond flour waffles and pancakes this weekend. And I'm going to experiment with 90s keto bread with almond flour into loaves. Must wait to get more egg placer powders. Yep. Lots of good options out there. Matt Mouse adds jalapenos to her food. The kids. The jalapenos are funny peppers. Some of them are not spicy at all, but then some of them blow your head off, and it's just crazy. Has any ideas how to avoid keto bread's denseness? I'm allergic to nuts and eggs. Yeah, that part I would have to leave up to other people. Unfortunately, I'm not. Baking is not my sort of in my wheelhouse kind of thing, but hopefully someone else will give you some suggestions there. It was a tough decision, but hopefully worth it. Yeah. Well, I guess, Kevin from Tuber Chat has sort of brought this up before uh, in the live streams, sort of talking about, we all have to do what's best for our channels when it comes to things like branding and stuff like that. But I guess there's a couple of ways uh, to look at it too, though, is whether or not, you know, is it better to do it while you're still relatively small kind of thing? And I know Thompson, your channel's at around 16,000 subscribers, something like that. Um, so, I guess when I say relatively small, I'm saying more like under 100,000 subscribers kind of thing. So, if it's something that you wanted to do, it's probably better that you've done it now when you have 16,000 subscribers. That's why I'm still on the fence about doing it now, where we made it to 5,800 subscribers today. But that's still small in relative terms, right? So I think we could probably still get away with it without too much harm to the channel. That's why I've been thinking about it more lately, because if I'm going to make that change, I'd like to sort of make it sooner rather than later. Mel Runs Things is here listening from work. Thanks for coming in. Are you allergic to coconut flour? Bread makers used to put some in to improve the texture. There's also lupin flour if you're not allergic to that. Yeah, again, I can't unfortunately help too much with the keto baking. It's definitely not my not my thing. I've never even tried to make a keto bread, I don't think. But if you look at the ingredients in like keto bread, it's usually 50 or so just different ingredients in it that they use to make it somewhat palatable. Neato Keto channel. Yeah. Well, I know what name the channel would get if I'm going to change it. I've already made up my mind for that. So I'm not too worried about figuring out the name. Just a matter of, when I would do it. And, I'd like to, if I do it, I'd also like to get actual like branding done up, like channel logos and banners and stuff like that before I make a change kind of thing. So we'll see what happens. So many things to do, so little time. Need a failed Chaffles episode. Well, I think I have one. Maybe I'll put it out. Who knows? Maybe I'll throw that together as a, this is what happens when you don't perfect your chaffle recipes. I do have one that I basically recorded all the way to trying to get it out of the Dash Mini, and it failed miserably. So maybe I'll put it out there. It's just something that I filmed. I've got the raw video of it. If you guys want to see it, maybe I'll put it out there, just for a laugh kind of thing. Scott Bruder's here. It's good to see you, Scott. Thanks for coming by. Amy is in the house. Yeah, it's a fun name, Kevin, for sure. Weekend is nearly here. Yes, it is. Yeah, the ones that don't work help us steer clear of those ingredients. Yep. Yeah, the one ingredient that one of these days I'll do, and I do have lots of suggestions about it. I've mentioned this before, is I've tried to make like pumpkin chaffles made out of like actual pureed pumpkin. But just like sort of last week's video, there's way too much moisture in the puree, and I've even tried straining it. Like I put it in cheesecloth and I let it sit for a couple hours straining, and then I squeezed all the moisture out of it just to try and get the actual paste and use it. And it still didn't turn out right. I've had the suggestion from a couple of people to um, dry it out, sort of thing. So, like, put it in a um, like even in an air fryer or a toaster oven just to dry it out for a while, kind of thing. I've had that suggestion, haven't tried it yet. So we'll see what happens. But that's one of those ingredients that I've tried like 3 different times to make it work, and it's never worked. So you haven't seen that video yet, but yeah, we'll keep trying on that one. But yeah, I do have at least one video that I can put together that we can post, and again, it would be for a laugh, but and, just to show you what happens when things don't work. But we'll see what we can do. Everyone's saying hi to Scott. Scott's an old co-worker of mine. We're always talking about back and forth about new ideas for YouTube as well. So thanks for coming by, Scott. Thanks for that, Pete. Yeah, if you can hit the thumbs up, that would be appreciated. It really helps the channel get pushed out there to other people. Carolina Reapers growing. Yeah, that would be, I don't know if I could handle like raw Carolina Reaper peppers. I'm a real lightweight when it comes to peppers. Like, I've got some Carolina Reaper salsa here that's not too bad. But the raw pepper, I don't know if I'd ever be able to get into that. The membranes and seeds are hotter than the pepper. Yes, they are, for sure. Henry Leslie Vermont is in the house. Good to see you. Thanks for coming by. Tiffany's saying use some baking powder in the keto bread. Yeah, that could help for sure. Yes, I'm severely allergic to coconuts. I was unaware that could explain some odd reactions from store-bought things. Have you had to try lupin flour, flax, and chia? Not yet tested. Yeah, and that's the whole thing, is you got to try things and unfortunately see how you react to them. Everyone's saying hi to each other. Curmudgeon Alaska's in the house. Thank you for coming by. Appreciate you being here. It's one of those channels that I look to every time, you think about sort of how we're progressing as creators and running channels. Is all it takes is a little bit of consistency and some good luck on YouTube, and things can really change very quickly. The Curmudgeon Alaska had a one video that really took off, and ever since then they've been growing very quickly. And that's what I love to see about friends with YouTube channels that have just been doing what they love to do. It's just proof that we can all get what we want out of YouTube if we just keep grinding away and doing what we like to do, basically. Make sure we're not missing anyone here. Everyone's saying hi. I figured the membrane and seeds thing out after the 3rd complaint. Yeah. Amy's saying her sister grinds her own sunflower flour. Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah. If you want to share your channel link, just type #Thrive and in the chat, and Nightbot will share your link for you. And there's another vote for Chaffle bloopers. Flaxseed flour can be milled at home. It is easier here to get the seeds than the flour. Besides, pre-made seed flour will easier. Yeah, it goes rancid faster. So, but it's better to mill at home for sure. make sure what's going on here. Do a live watch party for the failed video. Yeah. Yeah, if I put it out, I'll definitely put it out as a premiere so we can all watch it watch it together kind of thing. Crafty Witch 232's here. Thanks for coming in, Andy. Appreciate you being here. Joe Valdez, video games and movie exercise is here. Thanks for coming in. Everyone's saying hi. Or use pumpkin as a filling, maybe. Yeah, because I can't remember. I don't know. I think I had thought maybe if I mixed it with cream cheese, that might help too. Again, I'll figure it out one of these days. It's just been one of those nagging recipe that I just haven't been able to get to work properly yet. Hoping for more sun. Yes, it has been raining. Like it has not stopped raining for like 3 days here. It's just ridiculous. I tried to do almond flour waffles and had just a pinch of xanthan gum in this batch. My waffle was attached to the top, so it split. Yeah. Yeah, it is tough. When it's funny, certain waffles and chaffles stick more than I don't know why. And that's one thing that I did see. And the first thing that'll happen, like here's one of my old Dash Minis, just the regular one. One of the first things that happens with them is that the non-stick coating stops non-sticking kind of thing. So if you ever find that everything starts sticking to the waffle iron and you have to start putting like spray or like oil or anything on them, then it's probably time to replace the waffle iron anyways. So but yeah, I find sometimes they stick, and that's the crappy part is you get stuck in the top and the bottom, and then it just splits it in two pieces, and then you're digging it out with the spatula, and then you just basically wind up with a big pile of waffle, which is almost what happened to last week's chaffles. Husby loves all the peppers. Yeah, like I say, I've been trying more peppers over time to try and get a little bit more accustomed to the heat on some of them. But yeah, I definitely am not someone that's going to, eat a raw Carolina Reaper. That would just probably ruin my week. So Carrie, hit the like button 1,000,000,000 times +1. You got to remember that +1. Your tinctures from it will burn your skin. I can imagine for sure. So give the advice to avoid xanthan gum if possible. Yeah. Another thing, because I'm not allergic to or it doesn't bother me or anything, but I just do not like the texture of xanthan gum. Especially when I'm putting it in things like soups and stews and stuff like that to thicken it. So what I've been using over the years, or I started using, is what's called glucomannan powder. I'm not sure I think it's a root that it's made out of. It has the same sort of properties as xanthan gum, and it does the same thing. Xanthan gum is more for, I'm told, for baking. Like if you're adding it to like a dry, cold mix before you bake it, then you use xanthan gum. But then the glucomannan powder is better for, hot uses like soups and stews and stuff like that. So. Let's make sure we're not missing anything. It's 2 a.m. there. Oh, crazy. I don't know how you guys can stay up till 2 p.m., but I definitely appreciate you spending some time here. It can happen to anyone. Absolutely. You're absolutely right. That's what I keep telling everyone. Thanks for coming in, Michael. Appreciate being here. Thanks for dropping that link. Yeah, we will have another chaffle recipe video at 12 p.m. Eastern on Saturday if you want to come hang out for a few minutes. Brampton Gardeners here. Thank you for coming in. Another fellow Canadian resident. So appreciate you being here. Let's make sure we're not missing anything. Amy uses glucomannan powder as thickening agent for sure. Good night. Be safe. Stay sane among the madness. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you spending some time with us. It's a konjac powder, like the Miracle Noodles. Cool. Yeah, I knew I'd looked it up before. If no one's tried the actual Miracle Noodles or konjac or noodles, we don't have the Miracle Noodles here. We have a different company that makes them, but I really like them. You know, I don't have them very often, but I find them to be a good alternative. You just have to remember whenever you get them, they come in a pouch or a package that's packed into a liquid, or it's packed in water kind of thing. So you have to drain off the water and then rinse them very well, because they do take on the odor of the noodles kind of thing. So, but I do find them to be a pretty good alternative. Jalapenos grow well there. Yeah, I know. I'm going to try and grow some kind of pepper again this year, if we can ever get weather that will support it. You can also use arrowroot powder. Yep, for sure. Creator recipe challenge. Yep. So yeah, I should mention that we're still looking for other people that want to join for episode number 4 of the creator recipe challenge that myself and Kendra from Consume the Goodness and Paula and Jason have been part of for the last couple of months. So if you want to join in, we just trade recipes. We send each other recipes for sort of low carb, keto, recipes that we can each try for the first time, or, just to try doing something different. And then we make videos about it. And then we put those videos out the first Wednesday of every month. So it's nothing too crazy. It's not much of a commitment. You can join for 1 month and then, see what it's like. And if you don't want to do it the next month, that's fine too. So if anyone's interested, just send me an email at justjasonketo@gmail.com. And then we can get you signed up for this month. We're looking for as many people to join in as we can. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you being here, especially considering the time it is there. Brampton Gar, I want to grow konjac. It's a cool plant. Yeah, I've never actually seen the plant itself, but that would be interesting for sure. Dima Gabrielle is here. Thank you for coming in. It's also called shirataki noodles. It is the Japanese name for them. Cool. Mouse P is here. Thank you for coming in. Hi to the chat. Matt says I have to say that. Oh man, that trip that you guys took looked pretty cool. Went on some fun adventures. It definitely looked like it. Let's see where we are. So we're at the bottom of the chat. So keeping up pretty good tonight. So Yeah, thanks for coming in, everyone. Like I say, it's been a couple of weeks since we did a live stream. Hope everyone's been doing good, with their low carb lifestyle, if that's what you're doing, with your uh, YouTube channels, if that's sort of, your focus these days. Like I say, we've got definitely going to continue with the weekly videos, and then last week I put out the bonus video that was just a review of the Weber barbecue that I have. I know it's not very exciting content, but that's one of those things that, you know, uh, as a hint to other creators, if you have something that uh, anybody might be searching for at any given time of the year. So the spring is the time that people are going to be online looking for reviews of and looking for information about things like barbecues, right? I have uh, I did the unboxing and assembly video of that barbecue 3 years ago, and it just keeps getting views, especially in the spring. It's in my top 3 all the time. And then, it gets views all day, all year round. So that's why I did this follow-up review video kind of thing. Again, I know it's not super exciting content and it's not my usual kind of content, but it's just trying to put another piece of searchable content on the channel, so that trying to add to what we like to call evergreen content. We all need to try and get those videos that are always getting views day after day, week after week, month after month, because that's what can really help get the video get your channel sort of continuously growing. Is the one video that the video that got this channel, monetized, basically, or that was specifically got the channel fully monetized with one video kind of thing. We were getting close, but was the onion ring chaffles video that I did last summer. So just as an example, that video really took off, got a lot of views in the first week. But since releasing that video, it has turned into an evergreen video. So it gets views basically regularly. And this week, that video got pushed over 40,000 views, over 1,000 subscribers from one video. So again, I think the important part is trying to stay consistent and trying to put things out there that people might be searching for and can find through Google. If you have something, that might not even make sense to do a video about, like an appliance or something, I encourage everyone just to spend a few minutes, put out just a quick review video of why you like something, why you use your specific air fryer, why you use your specific mixer, or, why you like certain knives, or like, it doesn't have to be anything super special. You want to try and get it out there. And when you do make that video, make sure that you put tags and names and, as many as you can possibly fit into that description and title. And, you never know. Maybe you get lucky and a video just winds up getting 50 views a day, right? And that's, if you can get 5 or 10 videos that do that for you, then that turns into your consistent growth as a channel. So just my little bit of YouTube talk for this week. Doing any good grilling lately? Not really, unfortunately. It's nothing super special. I just did a roast beef on the weekend, and then the typical, you know, burgers, and you know, we got nothing too special yet. I definitely get more into um, the grilling. I'd like to do some videos about that this year. I'm going to get back into um, using my sous vide cooker as well, and I'll do some videos about that as well. I did a vacuum bag review video. Cool. Do you use vacuum bags? I do not, but to go along with that sous vide cooker video or idea of making videos about that, it would be something I might get into, because it's easier to use your sous vide cooker. What if you've got vacuum bags that you can cook in? So I don't use them yet, but I know that's one of those things that, if you search, vacuum bags on Google, chances are 9 times out of 10, 3 or 4 lines down on Google is going to be a video about vacuum bags, right? And what you want to happen is you want that to be your video, right? It doesn't have to be a great video. You don't have to spend all sorts of time, making it the best video in the world. Just make it searchable. That's all you have to do, right? Like if, just figure out what people are typing in when they're searching things and make sure that's all over your video. And you never know. So, and if you put out enough of those videos, then things will definitely come around. So thank you for that. Yeah, that was a video long. I'm probably about a year or two late putting that video out too. I thought about doing it last year, just never made it. I saw a 5-burner version of Weber, a Canadian Tire, on sale last week. Cool. Was it the Genesis or the Spirit, Matt? I'm not sure if I've never looked at. I don't think I've ever looked at grills at Canadian Tire, but I don't know. So I'm not sure if they have the Genesis series there. I know they do at Home Depot. But yeah, you can get those grills all sorts of different places. Some of them have different features, and you don't have to pay for all the fancy features. But just like my video is getting searched now, I searched all sorts of other videos trying to figure out what I wanted to buy before I bought it. So you got to head out. Thank you for coming in and spending some time. Yeah, there's the crunchy onion ring chaffles video that just continues to grow. I wish I had a lot more videos like that and the way it performs, but like I say, that was definitely let's just say the major turning point in the channel over the last year kind of thing. So what do we got here? Make sure back in the house for a few minutes. Thought I would say hi proper. Thank you for coming back in. It's always nice to see reviews that aren't always sponsored. Yeah. Like I said, yeah, I definitely enjoy doing reviews. I don't do a lot of them because I don't have a ton of things to review, but I should probably just take my own advice and just grab a few things and do reviews on them, and you never know, right? Yeah, I don't know if that's something that Nightbot will work for. I see that a couple of people are trying a weather command there. Unless it's something that that Nightbot's meant to do out of the box, I haven't set it up. So my video is not showing up on Google, but I just put it out this week. I need to do a few shorts too. Yep. I would definitely give that a try for sure. Sometimes works. Yeah, okay. I'll have to find out how that works. I can add it to Nightbot for next time for sure. Hillbilly Chicken Ranch is here. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, that's about the weather for London too. Absolute crap. Like it is cold, it's raining, it's windy, and I haven't seen the sun in about 3 days. It's just ridiculous. So there's one thing before we, get to the end of this live stream I completely forgot about. There was a new feature that StreamYard has given us, or some of us at least, is an on-screen chat window here that you can put on your window. So I don't know. Let me know if that's something that is just annoying to everybody, or if it's, I don't really see much of a purpose for it for doing live streams like this. But I could see it for doing like game streaming and stuff like that. But yeah, I just got a notification today that that's something that's in beta for StreamYard now. So just thought I'd give it a try and see what everyone's thoughts are on it. Same weather there. I feel like I'm back in Oregon. Yeah. It's been really cold out this way too. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I don't think it's going to work here. I don't have any weather commands showed up or set up here, unfortunately. Let's just say it sounds like it's crap everywhere right now. It's 57 and cloudy here. We all need to warm up. Absolutely. Nora's here. Thanks for coming in, Nora. Appreciate you being here. 49. Holy crap. It's crazy. It's more like I was talking to my wife tonight. Is like it's more like November here right now. It's just crazy. Like, I know it's nice to get some rain in the spring and stuff like that. It'll be good for everything, but it's definitely way too cold. Like I say, we should be here looking at getting some stuff planted, but it's just way too cold for that so far. Cold in Indiana, but flying to Florida tomorrow. There you go. Don't have to worry about it then. Used a heated blanket yesterday. Yep. Thanks for coming in, Thompson. Really appreciate it. I'll go check out your video announcing your channel name change later this evening. My peppers are crying in the greenhouse. Yeah, for sure. Elfish Tanks is here. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, I'd like to get some peppers planted. But yeah, it's got to warm up a lot before, I don't have a greenhouse or anywhere to put them inside necessarily. So I got to wait until it warms up a bit before we get some things planted. Probably just be peppers and tomatoes as usual. Yeah, I don't think we can plant till the first week of June-ish, warm and cozy in the sunroom. Yep. Thank you for coming in, Henry. Appreciate you spending some time with us tonight. Enjoyed catching up with everyone on this Thursday evening. It's good to see everyone. I do wind up missing the doing live streams every Thursday, but like I say, it was getting to the point where I couldn't consistently do them every week. So I thought this was an easier way to stay consistent with it for sure. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. Here's an idea: garlic parm chaffles with fresh bruschetta from the garden. That would be interesting for sure. Yeah, there's a whole sort of a whole lot of things I haven't tried in chaffles yet. Like, to be honest with you, the roasted red peppers that I have tried for this week video is maybe one of the first sort of vegetables that I've put in chaffles. Like, I've done things like uh jalapenos and stuff like that, but they stand up to things like that a little bit better. So yeah, there's a whole other thing that um we could do for stuff like that. But yeah, garlic parm chaffles, right? Bruschetta chaffles would definitely be a winner for sure. Thanks for coming in, Beverly. Appreciate you being here. Do a series on toppings. Yeah, that could definitely work as well. Just to do things like, yeah, you're right. There would be good recipes to come up with, like alternatives. Use a chaffle as the vessel, and then put different toppings on it for sure. So thank you for that idea. Everyone is saying hi to each other. But yeah, it's good to see everyone here on this Thursday night. I hope everyone's sort of the aspirations of their YouTube careers are, is going somewhat the way you want it to. I know it's definitely it's a grind for all of us. We all have our ups and downs on the YouTube journey, and it also depends on sort of what it is you're trying to get out of YouTube. For the longest time for me, it was just a hobby, just trying to share what I've learned over the last 6 years, kind of thing. And it's still not it's not my job by any means. It's it is, obviously the channel's monetized and all that, but I could not in any way, shape, or form support myself from YouTube. So we just continue on doing what we're doing, and see where it takes us, and one day at a time, 1 week at a time. It's and we see what happens. Like, things can change. Like I say, all you have to do is look at Rob and Sarah over at Curmudgeon, Alaska. They have said many times that they didn't do anything different. They just, consistently do what they like to do, put out the content that they like to put out. And, with some consistency, man, I'll always say you got to have some luck involved with it too. Their channel exploded overnight, which can happen to everyone. I've seen there's another channel in the keto community. Now he's a great chef and he does a lot of great videos and everything, but he went from, I watched him go from 500 subscribers to 150,000 subscribers in about 6 months. So just have to do what you're passionate about. And, like we say, trying to get rich and famous, it's not working yet. I hear you there for sure. But again, I think ultimately, as long as you're putting out content that makes you happy, that's authentic to what you believe, don't try and put out content that's fake by any means, because people will know, and it's just not going to work for you in the long run. So that's all we can do. I'm here to, just the way I'm here to support anybody in the keto community. I'm also here to help answer any questions on YouTube as well about running YouTube. I'm by far nowhere near an expert on YouTube things and how it works, but we do have a great community of people here that can help lift each other and support each other. And I think watching how we all do things helps us figure out what's right for our own channels. So, like, yeah, have fun and be yourself. Yeah, for sure. And that's all that really matters. You have to uh, just try and, like you say, do what you love to do, and don't stray away from that. And you know, I guess the unfortunate truth is that we're not all going to be, big YouTubers. Maybe we're all just going to be small YouTubers. But if that's what we like to do, then that's all right by me. So I think we'll probably wind things down for this week. We'll be back in 2 weeks from now on Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Let me just take a look at when that will be. So that will be June 5th. So Thursday, June 5th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern for another sort of live hangout and chat. And Amy, I do know that I've missed your email. We'll reconnect after your trip, kind of thing, and we'll get something set up to do some live streams on each other's channel. But yeah, have a good trip for sure. And hopefully we'll see some of you at the premiere on Saturday at noon, so 12 p.m. Eastern, for another chaffle recipe. Hopefully you'll like these ones. I was really happy with how they turned out, and thanks again to Paula and Jason for the suggestions on this one. Yeah, that's about it for this week. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Keep on thriving, my friends.